One morning I woke up and just thought to do regular motherly things, and I was not able to speak. The depression had weighed so heavy on me, and it would combine with anxiety, and I went to go speak as normal, and my words would come out completely stammered. I didn't know why. My husband had to finish sentences for me. And at that very time, I knew that this was enough, because the call on my life is to minister the gospel. And there's no way I can minister the gospel if I can't speak. At that time, it was almost like a fire was lit up under me. And I kept thinking, you know what? This will not end this way. I listened to a clip from Noel Jones, and it was called "You Had to Go Through It." And he quotes this passage, I think it's 2 Peter, and it says that after ye have suffered a while, after you suffer a while, then I'll settle you. And he talks about strengthening and establish you. And I held on for dear life with that scripture. Another thing that really kind of helped me in that breaking point was there was a song from Tasha Cobbs, and it's one of her popular songs. What's the name of it? Yes. About the chains being broke, and it would just really get in my spirit that, you know what, this is not the end. This is not how God intended for you to be. You're not fulfilling purpose. This isn't even you, because I think the depression takes over so much, it's not even you anymore. So that was a breaking point for me.
That's right.
A few signs of depression is isolation, when you don't want to be around people that you know love you. Okay. Getting up to get dressed becomes a task for you. Uncontrollable crying for no particular reason. And when I knew I had hit a very critical, crucial time is when I actually did not care if I woke up in the morning.
Wow.
Started to make arrangements for my passing. So that's when you're at a really crucial time in your life.
Yes. Okay. Jackie, did you have something to say?
Yes, I was going to say I didn't even realize I was depressed until, you know, I had my children. We were out shopping. And my daughter was talking. Another lady came and we met her there at the shopping outlet. And my daughter thought I was crying. You know, I was just wiping my eye because something was in my eye. And she told the lady, my mother is always crying. And when she said that, it was, to me, it made me reflect on what she saw. Being that age, being that young, and for her to tell even the strangers, my mother is always crying, it made me wake up and realize that I was truly depressed, and all the uncontrollably crying had to stop because the example I was setting for her wasn't healthy.
Okay. Did anybody else want to touch on that? Oh.
I think one of the most major signs that I endured going through the depression was I lost so much weight. I was down to 90 pounds, and I ended up in the hospital.
Okay.
Anorexic. They had me on a Zoloft drip, and just then I was prescribed Zoloft. But just the extreme weight loss, the crying, hardly being able to function, not wanting to eat, signs of depression.
Okay.
I was going to say the same thing. Not being able to eat, not being able to get out of bed, not answering any phone calls, just total isolation.
Okay. Let me ask you guys. Did you have something?
Yes, I was going to add to the same thing, say the same thing. Yes, not being able to get out of the bed, isolating, couldn't talk, about to lose all my business, the 3 that I have. I was about to lose them. I was almost down to no money. If it weren't for my family coming to go to the store for me, or even to the point it got so bad that they was paying my employees to keep me running, to keep me up and running, because if it wouldn't have been for my family and the grace of God, I would have lost everything. I was planning for my death also. I had spoke with my 3 daughters, told them I needed to talk to them because I want to get them all prepared to know how to run the businesses so I can, you know, do what I was planning to do. Wow. And that was commit suicide.
Oh, Jesus. Now, okay. Well, everyone spoke about depression and, you know, how we understood the signs that we know that we're depressed. But can you guys talk to us and talk to someone and tell them how you were able to get out of that state of mind? Who wants to go?
One thing I had to come to grips was to admit that I actually was depressed.
Right.
I didn't want to admit it. I figured that hopefully eventually it would just pass away. So admitting, one, that I am depressed. And I think one crucial thing is not keeping it to yourself. I had to actually start to talk to somebody, to let someone know how I was feeling. And a lot of times I think, especially us as women, even sometimes as believers, the word psychologist is like a taboo word. We don't want to talk about that. But actually having to sit down with someone and find out, okay, where did this come from? Because typically depression just doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from somewhere. So examining your life, I really had to take some time with God and really lay before God and ask, God, where was this door opened at? Where did this start at? So realizing, one, admitting that there was an issue. Two, and talking to someone.
Okay. Anybody else?
Talking to someone,
Talking to someone.
seeing a therapist, staying prayed up, praying a whole lot, because I was still at that time isolating. So I had no place else to go but to God, because no one else could get through to me. And the only thing that helped me, honestly, to bring me out of it was God and praying and God, honestly.
Okay. You guys, ladies, let's talk about recovering from a broken heart. And a broken heart does not always mean relationship-wise. A broken heart can be anything. It can be a death of a loved one. It can be a divorce. It can be losing a job. Tell me what you would say to a woman that's right now going through a part in her life where she's just really trying to recover from this broken heart. Who can speak?
I think to recover from a broken heart, first of all, you have to be, you can't cover it up. You can't put a mask on it. You have to be honest about it. Why am I feeling like this? And what brought me to this place? And then dealing with that struggle. And, relationship, it could be loss of a family member. It could be a parental relationship. It could be loss of a job, as you said. But just understanding that even in the midst of what has broken you, you are better than what has broken you. And so you can bounce back from no matter what you find yourself broken from, or what your heart, sometimes even a broken heart, it feels like at times you almost are having a heart attack. And you're grabbing your heart like, wait,
so
what is going on? Like, I feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Yes.
But just understanding the power of God, once again, is He is here to heal the brokenhearted. And we have to submit all of our hurt to Him.
That's good. For me, when I was dealing with a lot of different things, I think the hardest part for me was to acknowledge the fact that something was wrong, because when we acknowledge it, then what? We got to do something about it.
Right.
So for me, I dwelled in the fact that no, this ain't really happening, or okay, I'm not going to acknowledge it right now, because if I don't acknowledge it right now, I don't have to deal with it. But now that I acknowledge it, I have to deal with it. So knowing that you got to deal with it, now you need to make steps on, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I think a lot of things that we go through is we have to acknowledge, this is what's going on, and how are we going to fix it.
Can I add one thing with
Sure.
that question? We have to understand too the power of pain. A lot of times we look at pain and we look at defeat, we look at all the negative things that come with pain, but knowing that there's power in pain, because without the pain you don't have purpose. Without the pain you can't reach your destiny. The pain comes to bring destiny, to bring you to a place to be better, to help someone else. And when you're looking to just encourage someone that's going through a broken heart, I would love to say it's not your fault.
Okay.
A lot of times we beat ourselves up because we think whatever happened, the loss that we experienced, for some reason is something that we did. I know when children, sometimes their parents are not around, they think it was something that they did, and it's never really your fault. The reason that someone walks out on you is never your fault. You are more than enough. You're good enough. And if you keep reminding yourself of these positive things, not letting the negative things feed your mind, that would also bring you out of what you're in as well. So just being encouraged with how you're talking to yourself, because that's what matters most, what you think of you. So,
Right. Ladies, we talked a lot about wanting to commit suicide, which is a lot within last year that we dealt with. We've seen a lot of famous people that committed suicide. And for me, I thought about suicide. I never wrote down anything to go that far as suicide, but you know, when you're down and you're out, like I had the days where, you know, I didn't want to get up, and when I did get up, it was like painful because the light was coming to my eye, you know, that oh my God, that I just don't want to be here. For someone that's watching, tell me something that you can tell someone that's currently in a suicidal state right now.
Get help. Get help. Seek out help. Even though it's hard to seek out, please do not do it. Stop. Think about all the people that's in your life that love you, your loved ones, and then it might be somebody out there that don't have anyone, but you do have God. Trust in God. Pray. Pray. Just pray, and God will. He will see you through. Even when you think He's not there, He's always there.